Welcome everybody to episode 3, J-Man's Rants at Sea. It's a little windy out, I hope you can hear me. But before we get started, hit the like button, that subscribe, and the bell so you can be notified when I upload again. You can follow me on Twitter at JManFromKC. First off, you see the lovely blue ocean behind me. We are in the port of Aruba. Yes, we are port, and it's still windy as hell. The island's on the other side, so you can't see it, but the water looks better anyway. But still, a beautiful island of Aruba. So we're going to get on with our NFL picks. It is Thursday, everybody, so we got to get this video out. So the first game on the docket, tonight's game, we have the Green Bay Packers traveling to Arizona to take on the undefeated Cardinals. The Green Bay Packers are underdogs by 3.5 points, and the over-under is 53.5. Now, I'm going to take Arizona to cover, but I think we're going to go under to 53.5. Thursday games generally have a little more lower scoring, or at least loosey-goosey. It's kind of hit or miss on that, but I'm going to go slightly under. The Sunday games, hey, no London game. Yes! So the first game on the docket, we have the Philadelphia Eagles traveling all the way to Detroit to take on the Hello Kitties. Yes, I call them the Hello Kitties, but it is the Lions. The Philadelphia Eagles are favored by 3.5 with a 47.5 over-under. I'm actually going to take the Kitties this week for the second time all year. I'm taking Detroit to cover the points, or with the points, so I take them to win with the points. And then I think it's going to be slightly under the 47.5. The next game on the docket, we have the Los Angeles Rams traveling to Houston to take on the Texans. The Rams are favored by 14.5 with a 46.5 point over-under. I will take the Rams to not only cover this, I think they're really going to blow out Houston, and I'll go over the 46.5. We next travel to Cincinnati Bengals, travel to New York to take on the Jets, the Jets, Jets. The Cincinnati Bengals are favored by 9.5 points with a 43.5 over-under. I will take Cincinnati to not only cover the points, but I think we'll go over the 43.5. We then take the Tennessee Titans, who travel to the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts actually are favored by 2.5. I guess they're getting the home favorite, whatever. It's a 49.5 point over-under. I'm taking Tennessee in those points. I don't know why Tennessee's not favored, but hey, whatever. And I think we'll go over the 49.5. Next, we have my San Francisco 49ers, and you see I am decked out, not only my 49ers hat, but my throwback Joe Montana jersey. My 49ers are favored. They're traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears. They're favored by 3.5 with a 43.5 over-under. If they don't, I mean, this has got to be the game. If they can't pull this out, I mean, I'm not saying the Bears are bad, but my Niners are bad as well. It's like two bad teams. I'm going to take the Niners to cover, and slightly under the 43.5. I probably won't pick them again if they don't win tonight. The Miami Dolphins traveling to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are favored by 13.5 with a 49.5 over-under. I think the Bills easily cover this, and I think they will go over the 49.5. We get to the Carolina Panthers. They are traveling to the Atlanta Falcons, or traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. The Falcons have the actual favorite of 2.5, the 46.5 over-under. Carolina started out great, 3-0, and they dropped the last 4, and they even benched Sam Darnold. I'm taking Atlanta here. That's going to put them over 500. Why not? Next, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. The Browns are favored by 3.5 with a 43.5 point over-under. I'm going to take Cleveland to cover the points, and I think they'll go. I'll slightly over the 43.5. We have the 3 o'clock hour games. Jacksonville Jaguars travel all the way to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. The Seahawks are favored by 3.5. It's 43.5 over-under. I'm going to take the Seahawks to cover this points, and I think they go over the 43.5. We have the New England Patriots also traveling all the way across the country to take on, or all the way to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. The Chargers are favored by 5.5, and it's a 48.5 over-under. I know the New England Patriots blew out their opponent last week, but I'm telling you what, it's going to be the other way around this week. I'm taking the Chargers. They'll easily cover the 5.5, and I'm going to go slightly over the 48.5. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints. You know, last year Tom Brady won the Super Bowl, but there was one thing he didn't do, and that was fail to beat those Saints. However, I think that he does finally do it this week, so I will take the Bucs to cover the 4.5. I'll take a slightly under 50.5, though. The Washington football team, the Potatoes, the No-Names, whatever you want to call them, they're going to travel to Denver to take on the Broncos up in Mile High. The Broncos are favored by 3.5, and it's a 43.5 point spread. or over under, excuse me. I honestly don't know which team's going to show up because both teams were supposed to have great defenses this year, and I think they both disappointed. I guess I'll slightly lean. I'll take the points. I'll take Washington to the points with an under 43.5. Next, we have the Sunday night game. The Dallas Cowboys traveling to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Dallas is favored by 2.5 with a 52.5 over under. I'll take Dallas to cover, and I'm going to think they go over 52. And then finally, the Monday night game, the New York Football Giants travel to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 9.5 with a 52.5 point over-under. I'm actually taking the Chiefs to cover this. It's the first time all year I've taken them to cover and a high spread. And I believe they'll go over the 52.5. So there's my picks for this week against the spread and the over-under. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you disagreed, leave a comment down below. You could hit the like or hit the subscribe and the bell so you can be notified when I upload again. Follow me on Twitter at JManFromKC. Thanks again for watching. Have a good day.